Is your judgment blinding you? Hi, I'm Margaret with this week's Sacred Sunday message to raise the vibration of your body, mind, and spirit. Today, how this will work is I will give you a 15-minute talk and we'll address first of all what the difference is between discernment and judgment, and then what to do in the face of judgment if you're the one being judged, and then also what to do if you're the one who's judging. And then I'll give you a few simple tools to help you strengthen the muscle to face this. And then lastly, we'll pull two cards, intuition cards, to help us access further unconscious or subconscious wisdom around this topic. So thanks so much for joining me. Let's get started. So being judged, it's no fun, as we know. And it's also really no fun when we're the one who's judging. We can feel like we're on that pedestal and holier than thou and think that we know what's best for somebody or we know how somebody should be. But this will only bring suffering and misery to us and to the people around us in our lives. And we also really miss out. It really blinds us to who they are. So, what's the difference between judgment and discernment? They're very, very similar, right? So, judgment is a projection of your reality, a projection of your reality onto someone else, something else, or the world at large, your circumstances, etc. And there are two great quotes. I'm sure you've heard this before. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, so that beauty in the eye of the beholder is actually credited to an incredible female author. Margaret Wolfe Hungerford is her name, although it first appeared in about the 3rd century BC in Greek, but she's the one who first put it in English in print. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Another great quote that says pretty much the same thing is Anais Nin, referencing the Talmud. Now, the Talmud is the oral tradition that was gifted to Moses when he received the Torah. So it's the oral tradition in the Jewish tradition, and it really says this: we do not see things as they are, we see things as we are. This is huge. If we can get this one distinction, judgment is the projection of our reality onto someone, something, a circumstance, or the world at large. Then we can have the power returned to us to do something about it. What filter are we looking through, right? So we do not see things as they are, we see things as we are, our beliefs, our projections, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And we could also say, that judgment is in the eye of the beholder, or the make wrong is in the eye of the beholder. So that's a great distinction to understand what judgment is. Now, secondly, discernment. Discernment is really your interpretation of action to take in the face of that projected reality. So when we look at things, we need to be able to discern right from wrong, good from bad. What is the next action I want to take? So discernment is absolutely critical. We sometimes make ourselves so wrong for assessing a situation and needing to make a choice, whether it be setting down a boundary, whether it be letting ourselves be transparent in the moment or express something that's not easy to express. So discernment is so critical for us as human beings to be able to move through this life successfully, free, and in alignment with our soul's purpose and the authenticity that is ours. So judgment versus discernment, that's a really important distinction to make. Okay, so what to do when you're being judged? Okay, here's a couple of tools that we will explore in today's message to help us understand what to do in the face of that judgment. And man, it can be harsh. And next week, we're actually going to explore a really fun topic, but I'll leave it as a little suspense for next week. So keep watching the feed, and I'll share what that's going to be in a few days. But what do we do in the face of being judged? Okay, this is really critical of having an action plan when we feel that judgment come on us, the first thing is to remember what judgment is. It's a projection of someone else's reality. So the first thing we need to do is not take it personally. Whew, easier said than done, right? But it's not to take it personally, okay? That's step one when you're being judged. The second thing to do is compassion. Go right to your heart. When you're being judged, it's so natural in our reptilian brain, and our fight or flight kicks in to want to fight back, to want to throw back the same kind of frequency, but that doesn't raise our vibration, right? So don't take it personally. Go right to your heart. Think, I don't know what this person's going through. I don't know it's like to be in this person's shoes, to have their background, to have their challenges. They might be judging me because I remind them of something, or they're uncomfortable about something else in their life, okay? Going to compassion really helps you to not take it personally. The third thing to do is send them love. Send them love. If you return judgment, being judged with judgment, yourself on them, then you're back in that icky, shadowy aspect of that archetype of the judge. So you have to keep that negative frequency in your body and your mind and your spirit. So don't take it personally. Compassion, show them compassion, go right to your heart, and then send them love. Send them love. And true, like, love, not like send them love, like all snarky, but send them love in a way that really, if somebody is in their place of judgment, they're feeling all of that discordance in the lower frequencies of that vibration of the judge in the shadow archetype, okay? All right, got it? So what to do now if you're judging, if you're the judger, okay? This is so helpful. We get trapped in this cyclical, crazy making pattern when we're judging others. And the first thing to do is ask yourself, how are you projecting? How are you projecting? Like, what are you saying about that person that has everything to do with you? Maybe there's something in you that is not resolved yet. That's really, really tough. When we judge, right, we've heard the old adage, you point one finger and how many are pointing back at you? 3, right? So how can you take accountability for how you're seeing the circumstance? Maybe you're not being compassionate, right? So 2, the second thing is when you're judging somebody and you're really getting triggered by it emotionally, many times you're judging them because you're not getting what you need from them. But where is the issue there? You're looking for your needs to be fulfilled in another. As we know, and I do a lot of couples counseling and help the couples see about this very thing, when you are judging each other and you are projecting that neediness onto them, that they should fulfill your need, then you're setting yourself up to fail. Nobody can fulfill your needs, although you can help train them in the best way that they can, help you, help yourself. But how can you give yourself what you need, what you're looking for in them, why you're judging them in the first place? All right, and the third thing to do is celebrate what's right about them. What are they giving you? Maybe it's just insight, maybe it's perspective, maybe it's the knowledge that you don't want to go there again with them in that particular topic, or you don't want to expect that from them. There's a very, very critical distinction called you can't buy milk at a hardware store, okay? A lot of my students are smiling right now watching this because they know what this is. So just a reminder, how are you projecting? Give yourself what you need and celebrate what's right. So you can't buy milk at a hardware store is a distinction that's going to help you so much if you ask yourself this question in the face of you judging another. Am I buying milk at a hardware store? What do I mean by that? You go into a hardware store, the clerk says, okay, we've got this, 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 and this. What do you need? I can help you. I want to buy milk. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't offer that here. What do you mean? It's milk. It's something that is basic human need. It's something that we need. Why don't you sell it? Well, we're a hardware store. If you like, I can help you even build a house. We've got hammers, we've got wood, we've got everything that you would need, and I can even assist you in how to build your house. But unfortunately, I don't offer or sell milk here. When people do this to us, we have a tantrum expecting that they should be carrying milk. We have our projection onto somebody else. We throw fits. Why aren't you selling milk? Rather than going to the appropriate store, going to the appropriate person, or maybe giving that to ourselves and finding milk where it's appropriately given or where it's naturally offered. Instead, we destroy that person's offerings. We miss what they are offering us or their blessing in our lives because they're not giving us what we want them to give us. This is a key to unlocking the issues in so many relationships in our lives, especially our most intimate ones, our familial ones, or our ones with our partner, okay, or with ourselves. So you can't buy milk at a hardware store. Remember this when you're judging somebody else and celebrate what they are offering. So once again, when you're being judged, don't take it personally, have compassion and send them love. And then what to do when you're the one who's judging. How are you projecting onto them? Take ownership for that. That takes work. Second, give yourself what you're needing from them, what you're looking for in them. And then thirdly, celebrate the wood, the hammers, the nails, everything that they are offering you for your life that might not be what you were looking for initially, but they have a value, okay? Celebrate that value, look for it, and really just keep celebrating it. That's the best word for it, okay? So now that we have those tools, I want to share with you something that I do every single morning with Anthony. Anthony and I have a meditation practice every morning, and for our wedding, even we recited this prayer. It's my favorite. It's the prayer of St. Francis. I've included in the links also an essential oil, bergamot, which is great for self-acceptance, as well as a beautiful kit that was created by Elena Brower, and it is a beautiful kit that helps you align with these oil blends. So check those out in the notes. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching to go even deeper, I've also included that in the notes, as well as a link to our monthly online women's circle, which is awesome. So this prayer, St. Francis, I'm going to skip to the middle of it. It is beautiful to say in the moment if you're feeling very judgy or you're feeling judged. And it goes like this: O divine master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? So just that, reciting that like a mantra in the face of judgment or when you're judging, will turn it around. So you're not like, why can't you understand me? Why can't you love me? Why can't you console me? But instead, how can you be of service to that person? Give yourself that consolation. Turn it around. It's amazing how it works, guys, okay? All right, let's pick our 2 intuition cards to help us access further subconscious wisdom about this topic, okay? The first thing I'll pull is, Yamanya, golden opportunity. This is a beautiful goddess that teaches important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. I lost a very dear friend of mine this week to cancer. Shout out to Laura Shakti, reminding us that time is precious. And if this moment, if this card doesn't teach you anything, it's telling us that the moment is now to forgive, to let go of that judgment, and to celebrate those in your life that are offering you something that you're just not seeing because you're blinded by your judgment, okay? Very human, but we can raise the vibration with this distinction. Okay, child nature. All right, friendships with animals. This archetype connects us to the nature spirits. If you have a difficult time forgiving, ask for help from nature, from your spirits, from God. The shadow attribute is the tendency to abuse others or abuse that inner child in someone else or abuse the environment. So remember these 2 cards. I'll put them in the notes as well when you are desiring to connect more fully with the people in your life. Okay, so feel free to share this video to help raise someone else's vibration, and thank you for joining me today and this week's Sacred Sunday. And until next time, keep raising the vibration, everybody. Okay, bye-bye.